Hello everyone. Recently, I've had someone ask me, is it worth studying 12 hours a day for exams? And honestly, that is a fair question, especially during exam seasons when it feels like the more time you put in, the better your results should be. So in this video, I'm going to break it down by going through the pros and cons and then a better alternative that you can actually use instead. First, we will be starting with the pros. One of the biggest advantages of studying 12 hours for an exam is that you'll be able to cover major topics rather quickly. When you're putting in that much time, you can go through large sections of content in a single sitting, which can be helpful when exams are close. Another benefit is that you'll feel very productive, especially at the beginning. It feels like you're fully locked in and making the most of your time, which can be really motivating. This also makes it easier to catch up if you've fallen behind, since you're dedicating so many hours to reviewing the material. And finally, all this can lead to higher confidence going into your exams, simply because you spent so much time studying and going over the content. However, even though these benefits sound great, they don't always last. Now, when it comes to the cons, this is where the downsides become much more noticeable. First, you become tired and mentally exhausted rather quickly, and after a few hours, your ability to focus will drop significantly. As a result, a feeling of overall burnout will start to set in. This will lower your overall academic performance and ability to retain the critical information that you're trying to learn. Therefore, the quality of your studying will start to decline, meaning that even though you're spending more time, you're not actually learning or retaining as much information as possible. Another major issue is efficiency. Many of those extra hours end up being low quality and unproductive. In reality, you could accomplish more in fewer hours if you're fully focused. So while it may seem like you're being productive, a lot of time isn't actually helping you improve at all. Instead of overthinking on this topic, you should try to seek out methods that actually work to help you better improve your studying techniques. In the end, is studying 12 hours worth it? The simple answer is no. You end up more tired and exhausted, and it doesn't lead to better results in the way that you might expect. It may only be useful if you're extremely behind and need a short-term push, but it's not effective or sustainable in nature. Cramming should be used as a last resort to study for an exam. Instead, a better approach is to focus on quality over quantity. It's not just about how many hours you clock in, it's about how much you actually process. Make sure you truly understand the content you're studying, because that's what actually will lead you to success on a final exam. And most importantly, the way you study matters far more than how long you study for. Now it's a good time to actually think about what other methods could work in this scenario. Instead of focusing on how long you study, try focusing on these factors. Prioritize your exams based on ranking of difficulty. Next, you should actively drill down on what you don't know and understand. This will be critical for tackling your practice sessions. If you're stuck, make sure to ask for help from your professor or your friends. The most important thing is to practice as much as you can. You practice problems, quizzes, and even exams. To help with exam anxiety, you can choose to do a dress rehearsal. And most importantly, don't forget to stay calm. All these points have been perfectly summarized in the video linked at the top right corner. This brings us to the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching, and if you're interested in learning 5 study methods that actually work for much better grades, I have linked that video at the top right of your screen. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this.